Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liberty and just want to thank you for going on a little hike with me today. I have been really enjoying this nature journal series. I know it's not the most popular thing on my channel right now, like my reading journal or my travel journal, but I really love this. I like doing this more than any other journal on my series because the fact I'm just going into nature, connecting with nature has really reduced my anxiety. It has really helped with my stress levels and I'm just having such a blast with it. So this is my field guide. So it's just a traveler size notebook and I have a few items in here. I have some field guides. I have foraging for wild edible foods. I have a field guide for bugs and slugs. And in the back here, of course, I have mushrooms because, you know, mushrooms are so cool. I love to find mushrooms. And then further in the back here, I have a field guide to trees. I have reptiles and amphibians, and I have wildflowers. So I do have a lot of reference guides in here. Also in this little zipper compartment here, I got this at REI, the little pocket guide to animal tracks. So I thought that would be kind of fun to have in here too, because you just never know what you're gonna find when you're on a hike somewhere. I wanted to show you my recent observations for the months of June and July. I have a lot of observations, a lot of photos and pictures and video of various things, but I only documented a few things here, and I'll show you my setup. Now, this setup didn't come from me. I actually got this from another YouTuber who does wonderful setups with their nature journal. Her name is Journal de Sylvie, and I will link her down below. I think this is an incredible way to set up a field guide. And so what I do here is I put date, time, and location, species observed, and notes and facts. So as you can see, I have figure 1 here, and this is figure 1, and I just put, you know, June 4th. This is on the Darlington Trail. It was an early morning hike, and so on. Species observed is a shelf or bracket fungus or a polypore. Notes and facts, and I just write some facts about it. I found a bunch of fox behind our house, and this is one of the fox that were sleeping. I mean, seriously, it was sleeping right behind our house, and I couldn't get quality video of it. Even my picture isn't great because I was trying to take pictures with my phone. Fox, I learned, have excellent hearing. They can hear burrowing animals miles away. So I would always view these when they were in my yard when I was laying in bed. And so by the time I would get out, try to get a camera together, it was gone. So I was trying to be really quiet and try to get the best pictures that I could with my actual phone camera. But I mean, at least I got something here. So again, I just added some quick facts about it. And then I have a daylily here, and this was on a hike that Mike and I took, and I learned some fun facts between daylilies and tiger lilies. And one fun fact I learned is that daylilies are actually not a lily at all, which I thought was very interesting. So here's another page. I really focused on mushrooms. I found a lot of mushrooms on my hikes, and including this common oyster mushroom, this white one up top here. This was also in our backyard. I swear I love where we live because we just have so many fun things around our house. But yes, we have this oyster mushroom, and then we had some collared parachute mushrooms, which is right here. This was on a hike near my house, and I got some pictures of cattails. This is on a different hike around our house as well. Date, time, location, species observed, notes and facts. And of course, you know me, I have a journaling channel here. So of course I'm gonna put some stickers and some washi tape and, you know, some stamps. This washi tape down here is actually really cool. It's fabric. This is part of the Tim Holtz collection that I got on Amazon. It's actually really nice. It's really cool looking. So it adds a little bit of texture to the journal. And then on this page, again, as you can tell, I focus on mushrooms. I have more of a really cool looking mushroom here. The name of this one is called train wrecker mushroom, so I thought that was interesting. Again, I just added some quick notes about that. And then this is a flower called the Dame's Rocket, and added some quick information about that. And then I got this really cool stamp. How beautiful is this stamp down here? That's so pretty, right? And I added some fun stickers to my page because, you know, that's what I do. And then the last page of my field journal is, again, another mushroom, I swear. I don't know, I might turn into a mushroom. I just love them so much. But this thing is amazing. This was literally right in front of our front door, and you can't really tell by this picture. It was probably the size of like a small apple, but then it bloomed out and it got so big. It got as big as like almost a dinner plate. Like it flattened out. This was really cool. And this is called a green spored parasol. And I also learned this is highly, highly poisonous. It hasn't really killed anyone that I know of that it said on Wikipedia, but it can really give you severe GI upset. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And then one more thing, I love snails. So we found this little snail again in our backyard. And I just love to find snails. They are so cool. This is so tiny. I'm gonna say a little bit larger than the like a head of a pencil eraser. So that was kind of a fun find right there. And again, like I said, I like to decorate with some stickers and some stamps, so that's kind of fun. And so yeah, that's all I really have here in my field notes here. And then I have my stay at home journal. So this stays in my house. I don't bring this with me. It's just not very convenient to bring this, with me out in the field. So this is where I can get a little bit more creative with my journaling. So I can do my watercolors. I can add a lot more information about the species that I observed. So let me go through this right now. So I'll quickly go through the things that I did before. This was just a notebook that I ordered from Amazon. I just think it's really pretty. I love green. It's nature. It just screams nature to me. I added a couple stickers to it. And then I completely decorated the inside with old books and texts and some stickers and ephemera. So this is from the last time that I did my nature journal. And if you haven't seen my previous video, I'll link that down below. So this is what I did before. Now this is my recent stuff here. So what I did here, it was obviously very mushroom dedicated. I've been obsessed with finding mushrooms, so I did a little watercolor of a mushroom here. I love to work with watercolors. Because this paper is very thin on this journal here, it's really not good to do like watercolor or paint on. I actually did my watercolor on another type of media and cut it out and put it in my journal here, just so I don't ruin the journal. I did the same thing back here. As you can see here, I did a couple watercolors here. I just put it on an extra piece of paper and just adhered it and pasted it to my journal. So like I said, I did the watercolor here. I added a photo here from my Canon Ivy, which I have been loving. That thing is it's so much fun to work with, and it's already a sticker, which is really nice. So you don't have to like worry about using tape or pasting it. So I really like doing that. I also like to print out the trail maps of where I go on my hikes. It's just really nice to kind of see where I've been, add a little bit of information here. And I like my journals to look like an encyclopedia or some type of reference guide. That's why I like to kind of put a line across here, add some really fun or really cool facts about the species observed. And I actually got this sticker from Barnes & Noble. So I just kind of added that. I thought that was kind of fun, the different types of mushrooms. And I just added some facts. I just added some facts about this particular mushroom and just kind of mushrooms in a very general overview. So I like to add some mushroom facts and fungi facts here on the bottom. So that's what I did with this page. And then this page is dedicated to the snails that I found. And I learned that the snails that I found were called common European amber snails. And I love a mushroom, I love a snail, so when I found this image on Pinterest, I was just over the moon. I couldn't wait to add this to my journal. I think this is so pretty. So, I took some pictures, obviously, of the snail, and this is one of the snails on my walks here, so. Then I did a watercolor down here of a snail. This was kind of fun. I actually am not an artist. I know it might look like it, but I have a book for beginners, and maybe I'll link that down below too. It's for watercolors for beginners. So I've been actually going by this book to learn how to do paint and watercolor. So I've been really into that lately. And again, I just added some book pages, added some information, added some fun, information on the side here, encyclopedia style. I have some stamps with like figure 2. This thing I actually had to put together. This is a lot of fun. I actually downloaded this whole thing from Etsy. Everything came separate, and you had to print it out and then cut everything out. And it's supposed to look like one one of those slides, you know, to look at specimens. So I put it together. I thought it was fun, and I just kind of like just put washi tape on it to keep it in my journal. So I think that's always a lot of fun. And then I just added some information about snails, about their habitat and their diet. So that's my snail page. And my next page is dedicated more to the fox. And I didn't realize, but they are called vulpes. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know how else to say that word, vulpe, or vulpes. But it's the red fox. I learned a lot about foxes. It was such a cool thing to like learn about and to see them in our yard. We have fox in our yard all the time, but the fact that we saw a bunch of them, it was just magical. So as you know, I print a lot of things out also from Etsy. If you want to go on Etsy to like add some fun stickers to your nature journal, it is the place to go. So I added some fox facts about the red fox, the Arctic fox, gray, and swift fox. So it's kind of fun to have all that information here. And then I just have a small table of all the different fox, and I just added some fun information and just some fun facts about the fox as well. Added some stickers, and yeah, so I just added some information down at the bottom as well. And then my last page was dedicated towards the daylily. And again, this was on a really beautiful hike that I took with Mike and our 2 dogs, and it was such a beautiful day. It was such a pretty day. It was in the middle of summer. It was one of those cool days, and it was so nice. So when I see this image, when I look at these pictures, it just takes me right back. Again, I added the pictures from my Canon Ivy, and again, I had some really old textbook, so I just kind of cut that out, put that in the back here. And then, as you could probably tell from the video, I actually used a typewriter. Mike's grandmother had this old typewriter. I was like, you know what, I'm going to use it because I think it's really cool and nostalgic. So I just added some, you know, text from the typewriter. It's not the best text. I mean, it's not the best working, but I can still read it and it's fine. It's still fun to use. Added some information, added a little bit of ephemera from old books, and you know, some fun typewriter text, and again, some information about daylily versus the tiger lily. So yeah, so that is everything that I have so far going on in my nature journal. I will link my nature journal videos down below. I have a previous nature journal, and I did a nature journal setup on how I set up all this stuff. So I'll also link that down below too. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and until next time guys, cheers.